welcome to my DIY suede circle skirt tutorial. Just to let you know, I've never actually taken a class or have been taught how to design clothing, so my methods may be unconventional, but this is the way that I made this skirt, and I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do have experience in making clothes and have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Alrighty, on with the tutorial. The materials you will need include suede. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. It is 2 yards and I used only half of it, so if you want to make a skirt about my size, then all you need is 1 yard of suede. You're going to need thread, buttons, a measuring tape, and some scissors. You're also actually going to need a pen or some sort of fabric marker or chalk so you can mark out your measurements. So the first thing you need to do is lay out your fabric. I actually had a hard time filming this because, I don't know, the angle was really weird. The fabric was too big, I couldn't get it in the whole shot. But I'm going to try my best to walk you through it, and hopefully I can explain it well enough so that you understand what I'm doing. So basically right now I am just laying out the fabric completely flat across the table, so really you're not missing out on anything. Okay, so now that I've laid it flat across the table, as you can see, trying to get the whole thing, but no, not working. So you're going to take your measuring tape and measure from your waist to right above your knee, and then you're going to mark off. Mine was 15 inches from my waist to my knee, so I'm going to take my measuring tape and measure from the edge all the way to 15 inches, which you can't see, sorry, and then I'm just going to mark it with a pen. And I'm actually going to show you my little mark. I am determined to find it. I already lost it. Where is it at? It is right. Oh, there it is. Right there. See it? Yeah. It's my little mark. Anyway, you're just going to do that 4 times and make sure that you have enough space. And then you're going to measure your waist and take that measurement and mark a circle right in the center of all your other markings. So what I did was make sure that I had at least 15 inches worth of fabric around the center, and then I measured my waist and drew it out in the center of my fabric. So what you should have right now is your waist circle and then 15 inches around that circle worth of fabric. So after you're done tracing out your waist, then you are going to connect all the little tick marks and make a circle. And then you're just going to grab your scissors and cut that circle out. But of course, be sure that you have enough space around your circle that will serve as your actual skirt. So for me, it was 15 inches. So I needed to make sure before I cut it out that I had 15 inches from around my circle before I cut it out. Otherwise, my skirt would either be too short or uneven. So what you're going to do again is measure out 15 inches all around the circle. Make little tick marks, and then after you're done with little tick marks, then you're going to draw out a huge circle. But what I actually did to both save time and to make sure that it's going to be even all around, I just drew half a circle, and then I folded the fabric in half. Then I just cut out that half circle from there, and that guaranteed that both sides were going to be the exact same. And after I cut it out, I was actually pretty impressed with myself. It actually looks like a skirt, like right after you cut it out. And this is the first skirt I have ever made, so that's why this isn't really the same as the other how to make a skirt videos out there, because they require like these measurements and math and I don't know what, and that's not the way that my brain works, and hopefully your brain works my way and this is actually making sense to you. So anyway, after I cut it out, just lay it flat, and then you're just going to go off center and cut a line straight down. Actually, now looking back at it, it doesn't really matter where you make this cut. This cut basically is where you're going to open and close the skirt. So what I did was determine where I wanted the back to be, where I wanted the front to be, and then mentally where I wanted this slit to be. And all you have to do is do the exact same thing in your mind. So basically this is how it's going to fit. This is how I put it on. I just wrap it around my waist, and then I'm going to fold the bottom part under and then put the second half over it. And then I'm going to determine where I want my buttons to go. And I decided that I wanted them about 1 inch away from the edge, And what I did was just cut out tiny slits, because what I'm going to do is sew in the buttons on the bottom. That way they could go through those tiny slits and hold my skirt together. And making the tiny slits is really easy. All you have to do is mark off where you want them and then grab your scissors and make a small little snip, and then, maybe 2 more snips. Make sure that it's really small and not wide, because you don't want it bigger than the button, because then the button will just come out of the slit and it won't hold together. So after you created your slits, grab your awesome buttons. I got mine from Hobby Lobby and they're from the brand Sewology. And also grab your needle and thread. If you're wondering why I'm using blue thread, this is actually denim thread and it's really strong. And honestly, if I'm just going to use it for the buttons, no one's going to really see the color. But if you feel you need to use the same color as your fabric, then go for it. So if you're wondering why I have 4 marks, the first 2 times was a guess. I just guessed where I should sew on the buttons, but then I was like, what if I get it wrong? And I need to use my head. So what I did was I put on the skirt, and then through the slits I had already made, I grabbed my pen and then I stuck it through the slits and then made those longer markings. So now I know exactly where to sew on my buttons. And if you don't know how to sew on buttons, what you have to do is go through the back of your fabric and go through one of the holes and then go over to the other hole to the back of your fabric, pull it through, and then from the back of your fabric go through the first hole again and then go through the second hole, back to the back, and then that's it. It's really hard to explain with words, so that's good I'm showing you. And after you're sewn on your buttons, then you are done with the skirt. Yay! And to put it on, you just have to wrap it around yourself and then button it up and you are done. Yay! Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you also enjoy other DIY videos as well as other entertaining videos, please click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!